What's up all my handsome fellas watching? Hope every single one of you are having a fantastic day. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Brian. I share my take on everything men's lifestyle. In today's video, I want to do a quick honest review of my favorite men's casual shirt of all time, the Henley, but more specifically the one from one of my favorite YouTubers, Jose Zuniga from TeachingMensFashion, the ESNTLS brand Henley. As I'm recording this video right now, these Henleys are all already sold out, but hopefully after giving you guys a quick review, you guys can make an informed decision on whether you guys want to purchase one whenever they decide to restock, or whether you want to purchase any of their long sleeve shirts or Henleys in the near future. On top of the pros and cons, I'll also go into all the little details you need in order to look absolutely sexy in any Henley, and all different layers and things you can put together to have a fantastic masculine look. Now starting with the pros, the thing that I absolutely love most about the shirt is the versatile fit. Not necessarily the perfect fit, but a versatile fit. And what I mean by that is that whether you're a skinny guy, someone that likes to work out, or even someone on the chubbier side, this shirt will give any guy an enhanced casual look. I can definitely say it has a taper fit in all the right areas, and it is loose where it needs to be. And as somebody that does work out a lot, I love shirts that does show off the physique, but keep things casual, subtle, and not too douchey. That's why for this shirt, I absolutely want to point out the beautiful taper fit that it has throughout the arms. Beautiful fit from the shoulders, down my tricep, forearm, all the way down to the wrist area. Everything is one subtle, smooth, tight fit, and as you can see, there's little to no loose fabric so that you can completely accentuate the physique and those arm gains. Everything else in the center of the shirt is a nice, loose, relaxed, straight fit all the way down. It is definitely not on the super tight end, which allows my chubbier guys to breathe a little, and because it has that straight fit all the way down, it'll make sure that my skinny guys don't look too skinny in the shirt. Now, I personally worn a ton of Henleys in my life, but the problem is I've always struggled to find that perfect fit. I personally do not like any loose ends or bagginess around the sleeves area. The problem is whenever I size down on a Henley, the shirt length becomes way too short above my waist area, and if I do size up, I get those loose baggy ends, and I absolutely dislike a straight cut sleeve all the way down on the majority of long sleeve shirts basically. So I can definitely say that Jose and ESNTLS took all those ratios all together into consideration. Not perfect, which I go into later, but definitely one of the better fitted Henleys I've worn in my life. The shirt overall is pretty damn comfortable, nothing irritating at all, and although you can't notice it completely, the last pro I want to point out and that I appreciate are all the subtle design accents which make this Henley a unique looking Henley. It has a nice distressed look around the collar area, nice contrast stitching around the sleeves, the side, and that nice beautiful cuff on the wrist. Overall, from the first look, a solid looking beautiful Henley. Now that we got all the pros out of the way, let's talk about the cons. Personally, to me, a Henley has a show off physique, drives to our upper chest, shoulders in a very flattering way. So the first thing I do not like is the fact that this shirt is 90% cotton. I kind of wish it had more spandex to it, kind of like the last generation one, because to me spandex just has a more athletic fit to it and just shows off the physique in a more natural way. This also now draws me to the fit. The shirt fits very well around the arms and the midsection area, but the only lack of fit I have to point out is around the chest area. I do not like the fact that the fit is kind of the same throughout from the tummy all the way to the upper chest. It's baggy, and that this V look has to kind of be forced out. When it's all loose and stuff, it doesn't really look like a Henley anymore. Henley has to create that V look very naturally. So another fit change that I hope they implement in the future is that the chest area has a more snug fit to it. So once again, it creates that natural V look, which is something I feel the majority of Henleys already need to have. Now another thing I want to bring attention to is the sizing of the shirt. I personally bought this shirt in a medium, and let me tell you, this shirt fitted absolutely massive out of the bag. But this is 90% cotton, so I gave it a non-gentle warm wash, and this is the end result I'm working with right now. And if you do size down, make sure you wash in cold water, because you do not want the shirt to shrink. It shrinks a ton if you give it a normal, non-gentle wash. If you do not want to go through the hassle of exchanging it and you accidentally did get a large size, you're reminded this thing will shrink a lot and it could potentially bring down to the size that you want. Now this is a double-edged sword because I have no idea if the shirt was supposed to fit well out of the bag or after a non-gentle wash. Hopefully they clear it up in future launches, but once again, if it does fit huge out of the bag, to shrink it should fit you perfectly after you apply that. Now the last final issue I want to point out about the shirt, although it could have been caused by the shrinkage that I caused myself, I do wish that the length of the shirt was just a couple inches longer and that the waist area was brought up just a little bit more for that perfect fit. Now I have read a lot of comments and reviews online already regarding the shirt, but the problem that I hear is not necessarily the length of the shirt, but that the length of the sleeves are a little too long. There is some sort of mismatch and discrepancy between the length of the shirt and the length of the sleeves. Either either the length of the sleeves are way too long or that the length of the shirt is just a little too short. Honestly, to me, it's not a very huge deal from looking outside in, but if you wear the shirt, you will notice that little discrepancy. It's not a huge deal, but I do hope that this is something ESNTLS points out and fixes in the future. Now, in terms of rocking this Henley or any Henley in general, my rule of thumb, no matter what, is whenever you wear a Henley, do not button all the buttons of a Henley. I see so many guys do this, and it is completely wrong because you are completely shutting off the enhanced sexy look you could be having with the shirt. You can unbutton one, unbutton two, or feeling really confident, unbutton all three. At the end of the day, we want to create that natural V-neck look and draw attention to our upper chest area. Another reason that I absolutely love the Henley is because it is one of the most simple but masculine looking shirts out there, and it is very versatile. My three go-to styles has to be the casual, badass, and dapper look. If I were to go casual with the shirt, I wear the shirt just by itself, rock with a pair of jeans, and rock a pair of boat shoes, or any other casual shoe that you like, as long as it's all a complementing look. Because it's a late spring, summertime coming up, I'd even consider rolling up the sleeve to show off those forearms. The only time I'll really go badass with this look is that if it's freaking cold outside, but a Henley goes really well with a leather jacket or even a bomber jacket. And if you're like me, you try and find one that complements all of them together. And if I were to go dapper with this look, and because the Henley by itself, this one in particular already kind of has dapper feel to it, I would simply rock it with a complementing color, sharp looking blazer, and then rock it with a pair of dress shoes or suede dress shoes. A Henley is great for any semi-casual look. Overall, it's absolutely amazing on its own and also great as a base layer. All those things that I spoke about all together is what makes, in my opinion, the Henley the greatest men's casual shirt of all time. And there you have it, guys. That is my honest overall review of the ESNTLS Henley and all the basic tips you need and how to look amazing in one. This video is definitely not sponsored. If this video has given value to any of you guys, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, and I hope to see some of you or all of you in my next video.